Hi and welcome to our next video in the series on circles, and we're now looking at the area of circles. So we briefly covered this in the perimeter, but if we have a look at the sections of the circle that we know, we're now dealing with that inside section, so the area of that, the space inside that shape. The radius and the diameter are still going to be important when it comes to calculating the area of a circle. Alright, so the formula for the area of a circle is pretty simple. This is it here. Given a radius r, the area is pi times the radius squared. Okay, and I'm not going to go into too much detail on the proof here, but that's the formula for the area of a circle, and we can use that to actually calculate that inside area. Alright, let's have a look at some examples on that. Okay, so let's find the area of the following circles correct to 2 decimal places. All right, so if we want to follow our format here, we're going to write the formula. So the formula is area equals pi times radius squared. All right, so our radius is 5, so we're going to substitute. So area equals pi times 5 squared. Now we know 5 squared is 25, so pi times 25, and the area equals, with our calculator, pi times 25 equals 78.539, so that will be 78.54 centimeters, and now we've got squared units because it's area. Okay, over in our second example, we're given the diameter. Now we need the radius for the circle for the area formula. So what we'll do here is write the area equals pi r squared. As we're given the diameter equals 46, so we can say that the r must equal half of the diameter, which is 23 millimeters. So now we can substitute that in. Therefore, area equals pi times 23 squared. Now here we can go straight using our calculator to the answer, because 23 squared is going to be a really large number. So if we get our calculator out, drag it across here. So we've got pi times 23 squared equals 1,661.902, so it stays as 1,661.90. 1,661.90, and that's millimeters squared. All right, so that's how we calculate the area of circles. If we have the radius, we can use that and put that into the formula straight away. If we've got the diameter, what we're basically doing is we need to halve the diameter and to calculate the radius, and then we can substitute that into the formula. We always want to write that down. All right, so what happens now if we've got a section of a circle? We don't have the whole circle. How can we work out the area? Well, just like perimeter, similar to perimeter, we're working out, well, what fraction of that circle are we dealing with? Well, here we've got a semicircle, which is actually half of the circle. So the area of that would actually equal pi times radius squared divided by 2. So it's actually half of the area. Here for a quarter of a circle, we've actually got pi r squared divided by 4 as a quarter of a circle. What happens now if I don't have an even number, if you want to call that, and I've got some angle here, which I'm going to label A, of a circle? Well, we know that in a circle there are 360 degrees in a circle. What we want to do is we want to work out, well, what fraction of that circle is that angle? So what we'd do, the area would actually equal the angle of the sector, which is A, divided by 360, and that will be multiplied by pi r squared. So basically what we're saying is that's a fraction of the area. Over here, these could be rewritten as 1/4 times pi r squared and 1/2 times pi r squared. So that's how we get that. So that angle an example might be this one here, might be around 135 degrees. So it would be 135 over 360 multiplied by pi r squared. And that's how we can find that out. So if you ever come across a question like that, that's how we can work that out. All right, let's have a look at some examples now for the area of this section of a circle. Well, we've got a semicircle here. So the area is actually going to equal pi r squared divided by 2. Let's substitute now. Area equals pi. Now, Mr. Lakers, I'll erase that, because what we need to do is we've got the diameter equals 12 centimeters. Therefore the radius must equal half of that, which is 6. Now I need to substitute in. So the area equals pi times 6 squared divided by 2. That area equals pi times 36 divided by 2. That equals, calculator, pi times 36 divided by 2 equals 56.548, which gives me 56.55 centimeters squared. So we're just calculating this area in here. Okay, let's have a look. We've now got a quarter of a circle with a radius of 3 meters. So we're given the radius. So our area is actually going to equal pi r squared divided by 4. Now we can substitute straight in. So area equals pi times 3 squared divided by 4. That area equals pi times 9 divided by 4. That area equals, calculator, pi times 9 divided by 4, 7.068. So the third decimal place is higher than 5, so we go to 7.07. So 7.07. Make sure that's a 0. And we're in meters, and we're in meters squared. Alright, so once again we've actually calculated the area of that section. Alright, thank you for watching that video. Hopefully you got something out of it, and we'll see you next time.